Hello and happy holidays. I'm on my way home from Haines, Alaska. All the ferries and the flights were canceled for a full week before I left Haines. So the smaller ones couldn't handle the wind. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get out, but I booked a flight and a ferry for the same day. While both traveled, the plane left first, and my friends all came to see me off, as did Whiskey, the airport dog. Ooh, that air is brisk. Thank you. The plane couldn't hold heat and there was a bit of chop, but for the most part, the ride was just smooth sailing, sunny, snow-covered trees, misty fjords, and a really easy landing. What I didn't expect was the beauty that I'd find inside the Juneau airport. So there's some magic happening here. There was all this ruckus going on. The Lions Club was there setting up crayon tables for children. Santa Claus arrived on a helicopter.
Merry Christmas!
He was greeting kids with a sack of candy canes.
Merry Christmas!
Which was pretty cool, I have to say. And then all these people showed up, and the helicopters started coming and going, flying over the city of Juneau and taking the children up, looking at the Christmas lights to see them from above. What I didn't know is that this is an annual event called Christmas Light Flights. Coastal Helicopters donated the fuel in the helicopters. The pilots donated their time. Well, what they were raising money for, a little boy named Cade. And this little boy has really captured my heart. He has a debilitating disease that only less than 100 people in all of the world have been diagnosed with. It's called spastic paraplegia, or SPG 50, but hope is not lost. I'm going to share Cade's story as only his family can tell it. It's a tearjerker. Keep pushing through, because this young man and his family have done just that. And by doing so, they've got a beautiful outcome in the end. But they still need our help. Okay, here we go.
On April 4th, 2021, we brought our beautiful baby boy into this world. He was perfect. We're so excited to have a son and to give him the world.
He was a beautiful, beautiful baby. But we started realizing fairly early on, a few months after his birth, that he was experiencing some delayed development. He was not meeting his milestones as quickly as his peers.
At about 9 months old, we had him started on physical therapy and occupational therapy and speech therapy. All of his doctors and pediatricians told us that he was going to catch up.
As time went on, it became clear that something else was going on. After multiple rounds of genetic testing and countless doctors, we finally found an answer. Turns out that my son, Cade, was diagnosed with an ultra-rare genetic disease called SPG 50, or AP4 spastic paraplegia. He has a very bleak prognosis.
They told us that Cade would slowly lose his ability to use his feet and his knees and his hips, his hands and his arms, and eventually he would lose his mental capacity altogether. He would be paraplegic, wheelchair bound, and nonverbal. And he would likely not see his 30th birthday. These are not words that any parent should have to hear about their child.
It's been described by many of the researchers that have examined this disease as genetic cerebral palsy. Unfortunately, the ultimate prognosis is far worse.
We were told that there was no treatment for our child. Our lives changed overnight. We went from being a typical family, raising a 2-year-old, to looking for a cure.
I must have read thousands of articles, thousands of papers that had anything even remotely to do with this disease. One of the first things that shows up when you Google SPG50 is a man's name, Terry Piravalakis. And it turned out that a lot of the work had already been done toward finding a way to save my son's life. Raised millions of dollars, and he was able to successfully treat his own son and to begin clinical trials in an attempt to save not just his son, but to save any child that had been diagnosed with this devastating disease. It's an amazing, it's revolutionary technology. It can allow us to treat endless diseases.
As a parent, all you want is for your kids to grow up and be happy and healthy and live. You just want them to live.
Imagine it were your child. Imagine you were told that you were losing them. And not just losing them. Imagine that you were told by a doctor that you're now doomed to slowly watch them fade away in front of you. I just want what any father wants for their son. I want to see him grow up. I want to see him learn to walk. I want to see him laugh with me. I want to play catch with him. I want to go swimming with him. I don't want to lose him before I ever really got to know him.
We can treat all kids with SPG50. Because the treatment exists, we need $3 million to complete clinical trials so that all children with SPG50 can be treated.
Please help me save my son.
Please help us. If you can, share this video and help us save our son and all the other kids with SPG50. For the past 2 years, I've been pulling a sled uphill. That sled has been our fundraising efforts of raising millions of dollars to get our son medical treatment. It's been heavy, exhausting, and sometimes it's felt impossible. And every once in a while, someone would jump in and they would help me pull. A fundraiser, a donation, a kind word of encouragement. It kept me going. It kept me moving forward, one step at a time. But most of the time, it was just me, harnessed in, stepping one foot in front of the other. Because stopping isn't an option. My son is waiting. And then something shifted. That sled picked up speed and suddenly I'm not dragging it anymore. And now I feel like I'm chasing a runaway train. The donations, the fundraisers, the support, it's all moving faster than I ever could have imagined. And I'm not having to pull it anymore. I'm running alongside, trying to keep up, shouting thank you to every person who helps push it forward. So if you've donated, shared, or even cheered us on, you've turned my sled into a train. And I promise you, we are riding it all the way to the finish line, and we're almost there. If you want to jump on board, now's the time because this train isn't slowing down.
And they're pushing forward beyond fundraising.
We do daily physical therapy at home. 2 years ago, he couldn't stand unassisted for any duration. And today, we're working on weight transfers. We're strengthening those neural pathways in his brain so that he can use his body functionally. 2 years ago, this exercise would have been impossible. we were working on him standing on one leg with arm support. But today, he's practicing lifting his leg up and over a box, which would have seemed crazy 2 years ago. And the incredible part, this is working. Wait till you see what he accomplished. I follow a lot of DMI physical therapy pages, and these have helped me so much. Watch this. Are you kidding me? Follow our journey to get Cade gene therapy.
Several children are waiting for this along with Cade. One of the children is being treated in Texas. They're picking the next child before the end of 2025, which is right around the corner. And I know Cade's family is really hoping it's him, but their whole goal as a group is to make sure that this is not a one-off clinical trial where it's called compassionate use, where one person gets this medication. No, they want this medication available to all children, but because the disease is so rare, nobody will fund it because there's no big money in it. And so they're raising the money all by themselves. And you guys have been so good to me and so supportive of me. I know there are probably 23,000 of you. I thought maybe for the holidays, we could help somebody else together. So let's see if we can boost some help for Cade, because this little man, he's pretty special. So thank you. And happy holidays.
Let's do this!